And just like that, we are back for yet another long time coming Savage stream. I haven't been around a lot lately. I had to take about a week off because things were getting kind of crazy. So, in order for me, I'm going to be a little bit like discombobulated and unorganized because this is the first stream I've done in a little bit. So let me fix my camera real quick because I just noticed that it looks like garbage. So let me fix this real quick. I forgot to do that. Probably a little bit better. And then what are we? Are we green? Are we red? We're green. All right. So let's get that going. All right. I think I'm on track now. Maybe. All right. That should look a little bit better. Let me know if I am sounding okay and everything. I had to do a update to OBS. So I thought actually whenever, like this thing isn't telling me that I'm live at all. It's not, I can see myself on the stream, but as far as like the YouTube studio, it's not saying, you know, you are live like it normally does. So I was thinking that maybe I had a problem, but maybe not. All right, so sorry, I'm just kind of rambling, but. All right, so yeah, we're back. It's been a minute. So I'm going to try to get back on track and be live every night. I was actually going to go live last night and something came up at the last minute and I just didn't. So it is what it is. We'll get back at it. Let's see. What have we got going on tonight? Let me check the chat because I know you guys are saying that I miss you guys too. I miss y'all so much. What's up, Dan the Dane? What's up, Mining Pirate? Red Panda, Unknown Crypto, Crypto Mining Lifer. What is going on, man? Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I really appreciate it. Missed you guys too. What's up, Shuby? All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. All right, so some really, I mean, this past week has been kind of rough, obviously, all over the world, but you know, a lot in America too. And that's why I kind of didn't want to do any streaming last week because I can really get involved, like really deep into things, and I don't want to do that on the. I'd rather talk about crypto and be able to talk about crypto without my mind going crazy on other stuff. So that's why I had to take a little time off. But tonight, we actually, something cool that kind of happened here is we got some leaked information about Conceal.network. And here's the thing, is that I just did that Ask Me Anything, you know, the live stream with the team, with the core team members. It was just a couple weeks ago on Saturday on their 2-year anniversary, did the stream. None of this stuff was mentioned. Nothing that we're going to talk about tonight was even mentioned, which I find kind of odd. They were really keeping everything under wraps. I knew about a messenger. I knew that they were working on that, but there are some other things that are just mind-blowing, right? I mean, you know, I don't like to, and here's the thing though, I'm really cautious about stuff like this because I've seen other projects do attempt some of the same things, but they weren't able to really I mean, they delivered products, but it just I don't think that they're used that often, right? So I'm really cautious about saying that this is going to. I hate the word game changer and all that stuff. People like throwing that stuff around, and I'm not trying to just pump my bags or anything like that. Okay, so I look at things and in a real rational and realistic way, and that is how I want to approach this because it took me by surprise. I mean, this development and what got leaked and how it looks and all that stuff really took me by surprise. So it's one of those things where, you know, it's like you're anxious, you want it to happen, you're excited about it, but you're also like, man, you know, I've seen so many, you know, duds, right? You know, it's all hype and then nothing really happens. I'm hoping, I mean, I trust the team. You guys heard the interview with the team. They're awesome guys, and definitely have the capability and the know-how and all that stuff. I'm not saying that they don't. I'm just saying that this is a huge undertaking what they're looking at doing is incredible, and I'm not worried, but I'm realistic. Okay, so just let me just get that out of the way. Love the team, love the project, all that stuff. You guys know that. I do a lot of CCX content free of charge. I'm not sponsored by them in any way. So I just like their project, and so I support them with my time doing live streams. I support them with your time talking about the CCX on the live stream. So there you go. All right. So we've got some leaked news about some things that they're working on, and Conceal, is all about privacy. We all know that. It's one of my favorite projects, especially when it comes to privacy. I'm a big fan of privacy coins in general, but this one just stands out as really awesome because they've got the decentralized finance, the banking, the interest earning, all those things built in to this project. And they even have it on their website right here, encrypted messaging, and they've had that for quite some time, but they're just building on it in a big way, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But their pillars and mantras in the project all support individual privacy goals, but this news kind of caught me by surprise, to be honest. Like I said earlier, it was really a surprise. Full disclosure, I do have a bag of CCX, but this stream and all my previous videos about CCX are not sponsored in any way. I just like the team. I like the project. So I do, content on it. I talk about it with you guys. You guys talk about it with me. We chat about it in various social platforms, and I don't know. I just dig it, right? You guys know that. So if you're into privacy platforms with like solid and active teams, you'll be pleased to get behind CCX. It'll be good for you to at least take a look at it and check it out if you haven't already. Solid team, great guys. So check them out if you haven't already. Let's look at some profitability here real quick. I like to use my particular rigs, which I have a couple of RX 580 rigs, that 8X RX 580 rigs. So these are the shared rigs, co-owned and all that stuff. But you can see that Conceal's up there. I mean, I like to see it, at towards the top, at least in this first little grouping here. It's always a good thing to see that. Not quite as profitable as, say, NiceHash or Ethereum Classic at the moment, at least on this particular rig. I think that there are some GPUs that it's actually like number one. I haven't really checked, but let's look at a 5700 here. No, that one's got it way down there. Okay, so it wasn't that. I thought there was one, or maybe it was just earlier today that it was showing up as like number one. I know the Vegas pretty much crush it, so crush CCX. Maybe that's it. Yeah, so see, like the Vegas are up there. That's for one. 38 cents a day is not bad for one. Let's look at a Vega 56. Yeah, for the 56, it's definitely number one. It's actually better than the 64, huh? 41 cents a day after power. And I've got my power in here as 10.3 cents, which is right on the money. That's exactly how much I pay. So, looking good on the profitability side. You got, if we go to CoinGecko here, I already had it up. I don't know why I clicked that again. It happens whenever you're live, I guess. We'll go to Conceal. We'll look at what they've done. I know they've been on a pretty good little run. I think they were in the 700 range on market cap on CoinGecko recently, and now they've moved up to 685, so that's good to see. And if we go over here, let's look at a month. We look at a month on the charts. Had a little dip here, not too bad. Went down to 10 cents, it looks like, and then popping back up. So we're hanging around 12-cent mark. But man, we started the month at 4 cents. So 4 cents to 12 cents. What is that? That's 200%, right? So not bad, not bad. Yes, 188%. So yeah, good job, good job. All right, good to see that. All right, So that's the profitability, and just as a little bit of quick proof, just to throw this up here, I do put my money where my mouth is. I'm not out here like LARPing or clout chasing or anything like that. These are buys on actually withdrawals. This is just my withdrawal history off of Trade Ogre, and you can see the projects that I talk about. I do trade. I'm not trading them, but I do buy them, right? And so you can see I had a problem. You see these failed ones over here. That's probably because the wallet on the exchange needs to be optimized. So it wasn't letting me extract like the full amount, so I had to break it up into these little 500 CCX chunks. I could have done more than that, but I found that 500 worked, so I just kept at it. And if I stack them up too many in a row, then it would fail again. So you can see that it just took me some time here. You can see how long it took to actually pull all this off of the exchange. So yeah, so these are just withdrawals. So I do put my money where my mouth is. I am not just talking about a project that I don't support. So this is actually buying here. So just wanted to point that out. As far as some news that's going on with Conceal, they do have a couple people writing some pretty good articles about Conceal. I like this. I like seeing this, the news coverage and things like that. And this is DG Altman over at the Daily Chain wrote a really nice article on 29 May about Conceal. So check that out. I'll try to remember to throw links into the description. I don't want to look at the chat right now because I'll get distracted. You know how you guys are. And yeah, so this was on 29 May. Good article. At the end here, he talks about something that I am really interested in, and I'm hoping that some really awesome stuff comes from this. And in this article here, this was on the 29th. They didn't talk about this whole Conceal Live thing because that wasn't released yet, right? Or it wasn't leaked yet. The team had released some, basically a tweet that had Conceal Live information on it, as far as it was saying when it was going to be released, Q4, but it was just real vague. It didn't have a lot of information on it, and you just kind of had to put two and two together to figure out what was going on. But soon after that, there were some Telegram communications that were leaked, pictures and stuff like that, and we're going to get into that in a minute. That's what this is basically. That's what this whole stream is about. I know I'm just kind of rambling, but yeah, so we'll get to the pictures in a minute, but let me get to the end here. Okay, so this is not related to the leak, not related to Conceal Live, but something that is on their roadmap is confidential asset platforms, side chains, and stuff like that. This interests me a lot. I'm surprised that they would be working on this alongside of other huge tasks like encrypted messenger, video, audio, and all that stuff, peer-to-peer. I don't know how they're working on all this stuff all at once. It's amazing, right? I mean, it's got to be one of the hardest working teams out there, to be honest. I don't know how they're doing this, but anyway, so I'll try to remember to put the link in the description to that. Another article that was written recently, this is very recently, June 6th, three or 4 days ago. Lithy also did this nice Medium post about Conceal. And at the end here, because of the date here, this is I love the way that this was written. It's really, easy to read, and, a little bit of, I like the writing style that this was done in. So I'll put the link to this one in there as well. But I wanted to point out that at the end, or towards the end here, he linked to the Ask Me Anything or the interview. I don't really consider it an interview, but yeah, so he linked to that, so that's cool. Gave me a shout out, and I mentioned it on Twitter, I believe, so I thanked him for that. So that's really neat that he was able to do that for me. Not that I asked him to, he did it without me. I just noticed it. I was like, oh, that's cool, So yeah, cool stuff there. So that's out there on Medium. I'll post the link to that as well. And here is that's not what I wanted to show you. Here is wait a minute. Where's the link? Where is it at? All right, hang on a second. I have the wrong thing up there. Let me get to the the actual tweet here. So here's the tweet that this was from Conceal.network or Conceal Network, and this is the one I was talking about that was just kind of generic, and it just put it out there like, hey, this is something that we're working on. It says we've been talking about a truly decentralized and distributed messaging app for a while. Now it becomes a reality, private, decentralized, safe. Q4 2020. Stay tuned, right? So, you know, and then some people chimed in about what it was about and how, you know, basically what it means, right? A lot of people are commenting on it. Super cool. Pretty important stuff. Everybody's excited. I dig it. And then there was the leak. Now, the leak was, I don't know, it's through Telegram. I guess somehow it got leaked through some Telegram hooks or something like that. So let's look at some pictures. This is basically what was leaked. This was, I think that this was just a, I don't know, this looks like Telegram, I guess, right? Or is it, that's just Discord actually. So this just talks about, I don't know who the writer, who the author was of this, but it's just a real quick little description of what they are working on and the status of it, which was cool because, you know, it talks about it being a peer-to-peer messenger, video, audio, file transfer, CCX payments is built in, you know, video conferences, completely peer-to-peer. There's no servers involved, so it's basically device to device, and it uses distributed hash tables with turn for media. That's some dev speak there, but I'll show you what a distributed hash table is here in a moment. But yeah, it's funny. It's like, you know, don't talk about it. I don't want people asking for a non-fully polished product, and that's important to note because listen, you know, whenever you see stuff like this, you're like, man, when's the release? When is it going to release? You can't rush this kind of stuff, right? You have to just let them work on it and let it get really good because I've seen other projects get burned whenever they release a product that is substandard, right? And it doesn't function right. And it can really leave a really sour taste in everyone's mouth that tries it, you know? And so you'll have it like some beta testers and stuff like that are designed or designated to test it. I get that, but you don't want people in the general community to get your product if it's not ready. I'm not going to name any names, but there have been some things recently that kind of went down that path, and you can see what happened with those, right? So, you know, it's dangerous to do that. I think that waiting, just let them work on it, let them get it before we start bugging them for it. Okay, so yeah, just do us all a favor and do that. don't bug them to release it. So let's look at this one here. This is interesting. So this is kind of cool. So this looks like, you know, a basic messenger. It does remind me of some other messengers that I'm not going to name, but I believe that this was built from the ground up. I don't believe that this was forked from something else or anything like that. I could be wrong, but I don't believe it was. It looks like it might be built from scratch. I'll have to ask the devs to find out for sure. I should have asked them that before I even started talking about it, and I forgot. So maybe it is a fork off of something else. I don't know, but I know that I don't believe I've seen the ability to send the cryptocurrency that the project is writing on. I don't think I've seen that in another project right inside of the messenger like this. So that is kind of cool. They're talking about multi-video being supported, which I don't know of any other blockchain type project that has a messenger that has video. I could be wrong, but I don't think that exists. So it's all blurred out, obviously, because, you know, these guys are somewhat pseudo-anonymous a little bit. So that's cool. So that, I mean, it looks pretty good. And this is one thing that I mentioned to the team. I was like, man, you know, it really, in order for it to be successful, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. You guys know I shoot straight whenever it comes to stuff like this. In order for it to be successful, it's going to have to be very easy to use, right? If you start talking about crypto in a messenger, you're going to lose people because the general public is not going to be down for that, right? You start talking about crypto and sending crypto in a messenger. If you market it like that, I think that's a mistake. So it has to be extremely easy to use. And I would say that the video quality has to be really good initially, and then it probably will need to improve over time. Like you've seen, a good example is Netflix. Okay, so whenever Netflix first started, the quality of the video sucked. I mean, it was awful. Yeah, you had all this content and you could watch it and it was cool, but over time they got really good. Now, I mean, you're watching Netflix, it's like 4K. I don't know if it's 4K or not. I think you can get it, but even in just regular HD, it looks awesome, right? I mean, I'm amazed at how good it looks. So I would like to see the same thing happen with this, where maybe that first initial, I don't know if they're going to be able to use different types of compression. I don't know how it's going to work. Okay, I'm not a dev. I don't know if they can improve it, or if it just is what it is. But I would say that the video is going to have to be really excellent over time and get better and better, maybe over time. Maybe through compression, or I don't know how. Again, I don't know how they can do it, but I kind of feel like that's going to be really important in the overall scheme of things. And it's got to be easy to use, like I said. Okay, so let's see here. What we got here? So this shows some file transfers, I think. It looks like they're sending the logo back and forth. So that is proving they're probably just testing file transfer features, right? Okay, that's a good test. That'll be neat as well, being able to send files and stuff. And then that's just the same picture from before. All right. So that's all I have. There probably are other ones, but those are the only pictures I have right now. This one right here, I know y'all are saying, well, what about that one? Well, this is just something else. This is talking about cold staking and master nodes and the comparison. So these three pictures here are the only ones that I have from leaked. There might be others, like I said, I don't know, but that's all I got right now. So I'm gonna hop back over here and check the chat and see what y'all are talking about. What's going on, Yashnik? What's up, Nemesis? What is going on? All right, so Yashnik did a really good question. Okay, I'm looking for it. All right, I'd really like to know how they would operate a messaging service all on blockchain. Well, it says that there are the communications that I've seen, and in Discord, in their Discord, there's no servers. It is 100% peer-to-peer. Which, like you said, you know, how is that going to work on a blockchain? Now, other projects have messaging. I mean, even Bitcoin way back in the day has messaging on the blockchain, but it's just not. I don't know how this is going to work. It's clearly on chain, which was a question I had at first because it has send CCX in the messenger. So I would imagine, and using the hash tables, what were they called? I was actually supposed to show this. The distributed hash tables. Using the distributed hash table, you know, pretty much proves that it is on chain, in my opinion, right? Because these DHTs form an infrastructure that can be used to build more complex services, such as Anycast, and they talk about it right here. I've got it highlighted on the screen here, such as Anycast, cooperative web caching, distributed file systems, domain name services, instant messaging, which is exactly what we're talking about, multicast, and also peer-to-peer file sharing and content distribution systems. So they're using this, which is a part of the blockchain. I can only imagine that that's how this works. And then any node can send and receive these messages and data. So it's peer-to-peer. There's other projects that have done this in the past, where they use onion routing, they use different nodes, you know, the whole thing. and that's how they are able to do messaging. Now, this is video on top of messaging and file transfer and stuff like that, which is amazing if it's going to work, right? So, again, I'm cautiously optimistic. I am hopeful, but I'm also realistic. This is a huge undertaking, and I hope that they pull it off. I mean, this is some groundbreaking stuff, in my opinion. You know, if it does work out the way that like they're saying it's going to. So, I don't know. I'm excited. I mean, I think it's going to be neat. I don't know. Again, that's really all I know about it. I don't know much else. Hopefully, I can get a little bit of what's not possible, Dan. What are y'all talking about? Hopefully I can get some more information about it, but I don't know. We might have to just wait and see. I don't think that you know how sometimes whenever things leak, you kind of feel like the project did it on purpose. In this case, I don't think that is true. I don't think that they wanted this out. And I actually asked them, hey, is it all right if I talk about this on live stream? Not that I have to get their permission. I can talk about whatever I want. But, you know, we do have a relationship, right? So only because we've talked and we did the live stream and I talked to them in chat and Discord and stuff from time to time. So I just wanted to bounce it off of them, and I didn't hear back from them, so I'm just doing it. So hopefully I'm not pissing anybody off, but you know, it was already out there. I read some stuff on the Discord that the devs, the main devs, core devs were saying it's already leaked. It's not a big deal, whatever, you know, because somebody was asking about whether or not they can tweet about it or something. So I wanted to be respectful and, you know, at least let them know that I was going to talk about it. And again, there's not much. There's nothing really that I talked about in here that isn't already in their Discord to begin with. So it's not like I have some kind of inside information, but I don't. I do have a Discord, Yashnik, but it's not very active. But I do have one. I just don't really like promote it or anything. So, oh yeah, I forgot to change the swap tags. Let me do that. Oh, they don't mind. Don't worry. Let's do that real quick. We'll do that live. I'll change that live. Thanks for the heads up there, Yashnik. There. How about that? That's probably a little bit better. No, I don't have a Discord within their Discord. No. I'm saying I have a Discord. I have a Discord server. Are you in my server? Probably not. If you were, might be the only one in there. Yeah, there's a few people in there, but so, all right. I don't know if y'all got any questions or anything, or what do y'all think? What are y'all thinking about all this? Yeah, see, like my studio here, my YouTube studio is showing like 0 watching, although I'm watching the chat and y'all are definitely in here. Let me do a refresh and see if it clears all this stuff up. I don't know if okay, so yeah, something's wrong with my, I'm gonna have to go and rechange those tags too. So give me just a second here. Okay, so now I did a refresh and everything looks correct now. So I'm gonna change those tags. Yep. Is Brandon Coin going live? Does anybody know? See, it's 10:01. Let's go and check. No, I think, was it this week that he was getting married? I can't remember which week it was. Yeah, yeah, y'all should check out Dan the Dane's post in the Discord, like he's talking about there. Yeah, I know he's getting married. I just didn't. I don't know when. Probably be a couple weeks before he's back, I would imagine. All right, well, that's going to do it for me, man. I don't have nothing else. That's all I got. I wanted to kind of ease back into this, you know, because I was out all last week, so I kind of want to do something that I wanted to enjoy doing, or that I thought that I would enjoy. So, all right, I'm going to get distracted by the chat. I will see you guys tomorrow night. I'm going to, I think, I don't know what I'll do tomorrow, but it's probably going to be more mining related. It might be about Conceal, but it will have to do with actually mining. So probably, most likely, simple mining and using a new miner for mining Conceal. Sounds good. That sounds good to me. So, all right. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Stay savage, everybody. I'm out.